that 15 to 24-year-old age group, like suicide's the second leading cause of death for that age group.
Yeah, it is.
And that's alarming. And what we see in terms of consumption, what people consume, and it's one of the reasons that this whole platform even started for me. The whole idea of this podcast is called Side by Side, right? It's that we need to be having these conversations. We need to be in the room. We need to be talking with people that have, wisdom and things to bring to the table and just different perspectives on things and to have the conversation. But one of the most consumed things at this point are podcasts, are people having discussions with each other about learning. And so we yearn for those different perspectives. We yearn for that connection and conversation. But what I'm finding is that we think that we're connected, right? Because you have your phone in your hand, you have all of this social media. I can comment at the blink of a hat. I can like something. I can look at somebody's post and I can know what's going on in their life, right? We're hyper connected, but we're not really connected at all.
Yeah.
And so we're seeing people, I've seen people that, we've lost to suicide and drug overdoses and these things. And they post these cries for help.
Yeah.
But because we consume every single day and, they just posted something like that a week ago or 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago and they're still here. It's like this idea of, I hate to call it crying wolf, but we see so much of it that it doesn't ring any bells in our brain anymore, as though having a conversation with somebody really would and say, hey, David's not doing well.
Yeah.
You know?
And really, really asking that person, tell me what's going on.
Exactly.
See, this is what we were trying to do when I was working actively in college work, trying to get that spirit going. Let's really talk with each other. Let's find out what's going on with in that case, students who we're working with. But more recently, I've gotten back into some of that, and it's been very interesting to see how much help there is available to help teach us how to do more of that specifically around mental health issues and around things like suicide. So I think about that isolation we were talking about. I think about polarization in the society, things that split us apart, things that really look like they're bringing us together, but maybe not as much as they really could, or maybe certainly not as much as face-to-face. And that brings us back to what can we do? And you're exactly right. We have to be asking each other, tell me about what's going on. Tell me about you. Tell me about your life. And I think about one thing that we've been working with lately is mental health first aid. It's a program that was founded in Australia. They did a lot of research, university research on it, to put it together, and then it came to the U.S. about really a little over a decade ago. And that's when I got into it at the university. We did some of that, and I'd done suicide prevention training in another mode earlier. And lately, I went back and been helping some folks work on sponsoring and promoting this locally to get more people trained. This is a really good method, mental health first aid, and encourage anybody listening to look it up. Mental health first aid, if you'll Google that, it'll take you to sites where you can find out where there's training going on. Missouri has its own site. It was actually the state, mental health folks in Missouri are one of the primary national sponsors, interestingly.
Oh, wow.
Although there is a national group as well. So you can go to any of those websites and find out where courses are being offered. So I really encourage that. But getting back into that, it's really helped me remember and think more clearly. We need to be asking people what's going on with them. And
gotta be side by side.